Former President Donald Trump campaigned in a heavily Democratic area, trying to win over voters before a jury begins deliberations in his hush money trial next week. He held a rally in the Bronx, his first rally in New York since he visited Buffalo in 2016. The native New Yorker cast himself as a better president for black and Hispanic voters than President Biden. The two men are set to meet in a debate late next month in Atlanta. Fox News anchor Shannon Bream with Fox News Sunday joins me now. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Brandon.
All right, so Tuesday, that's when we're going to hear closing arguments in the hush money trial. I know you've been following this closely, so your thoughts after hearing the testimony?
Well, so for part of the trial, I've been in the courthouse, but not where I could see the jury. And that's all that matters at this point, what they think about all this. They've got a few days to think it over before the judge brings them back on Tuesday for those closing arguments. We expect to go all day. He'll at some point give the jury instructions to them. Those are really critical. They fought over that, the two legal teams this week. And so we'll see exactly how he instructs the jury to move forward. And then they begin deliberations. They got to be unanimous to acquit or to convict. But if there's even one holdout that doesn't agree with what the other 11 on the jury have decided, then it essentially is a hung jury or a mistrial, and there's no conviction then. So we'll have to see where the jury goes. They're the only audience that matters now, and Tuesday they get that final push.
Yeah, and this is interesting, too, because the end of the trial will mark kind of the beginning of sorts for former President Trump's chance to kind of get out and campaign, and all eyes are now on who he'll be picking for VP.
Yeah, and we've got one of the potential contenders with us on Fox News Sunday this weekend, Congressman Byron Donalds, considered an up-and-coming star out of Florida for the GOP. And so he was with the president here in New York yesterday when he went over to the Bronx to have that rally, non-rally. I'm not really sure what they were calling it, but thousands of people apparently showed up. And the former president decided to go into non-traditional territory. He's a New Yorker. It is not a place that votes red. But the optics of that, him willing to go into a crowd, he knows there were hundreds of protesters, we're told, plenty of hecklers. His willingness to go and engage in that conversation shows that there's something behind what the polling shows. He's now tied with Hispanic voters, potentially, with President Biden, and he's made enormous gains with potential black voters as well. So I think he wanted to go to a non-traditional audience and say, I'm willing to campaign anywhere.
Well, and a lot of analysis as well as to whether his time being sort of hushed, if you will, has hurt or helped him.
Yeah, listen, he has done well in fundraising. They've pointed to a number of successes while he's been in the courthouse because, listen, every time he is getting ready to go in, he takes a break, he comes out. I mean, every day there is a bank of cameras waiting for him, and his comments are broadcast all over the networks and all over the country, all over the world. So while it's not allowed him to be out in places where he needs to be in tight races like Arizona and Georgia and critical states, he's tried to maximize it as best he can, and it continues to fire up his base who thinks this entire case is political in nature and it's partisan in nature. So again, the jury's the only one that matters at this point. We've got 18 in total with the alternates, but 12 who will get down to that vote, we think, by as early as Wednesday.
Yeah, and you'll have plenty to talk about on Sunday. We'll see you then. Shannon, thanks.
See you then. Thanks, Brandon.
Right. Fox News Sunday with Shannon Bream airs right here on Fox 4 Sunday morning at 8 a.m.